Germany to give $664 million in aid to Holocaust survivors amid economic uncertainty. So about $2,500 each over the course of 2 years. Is my math right? Damn, that's a lot of living survivors still. I would have thought there would be fewer still alive, as it was around 75 years ago. And also here we have Japan not acknowledging the war crimes they did in WW2 throughout the Pacific. Not even big news in Germany. I found one article, but only by searching for the name of the organization. By far this is the most silly I have ever seen a comment section become on Reddit. 75 years ago. Are they giving it to second generation also? Comment section is fully fucked in here. My grandmother isn't Jewish, but she lived in Germany during the war. She and her family were thrown into concentration camps, after her older sisters were raped by German soldiers, because my great-grandfather was helping Jews escape. She told me she was outside when the soldiers approached their house and one of them ripped the gold hoop earrings from her ears, leaving her screaming in the front yard. Her father was eventually killed. I won't tell her to hold her breath on getting a check. Wait, what? I mean that's nice and all, but Holocaust victims are not only Jews. In Germany, and all occupied states like Poland, France, Ukraine etc. People also lost all their wealth and families. Some of them were Jewish but some not. I do not understand this reasoning, why only Jewish people are going to get this money and no one else. Waiting for Russia to provide compensation for Stalin's victims. Germany over here paying more to some US citizens than their own damn government. As an Indian, we don't even want money, we just want an apology from the British for their hideous behavior and the acknowledgement of it, including actually teaching their history in their schools. I thought they paid off all the remaining reparations like 10 years ago. Good news. This is how you run a country. Meanwhile America gives zero fucks to all the Native Americans or black slaves they screwed over. The fucking comments here are unbelievable. Meanwhile Japan still hasn't even decided if it mistreated Koreans, Chinese, and generally the rest of Asia. I see. I'm still paying for stuff not even my grandparents were involved in. Classic Germany. Deleted. So many survivors. Imagine all the pathetic losers triggered by people who had their families, resources, homes, inheritances, and futures taken from them, then enslaved, tortured, and or murdered en masse, receiving assistance from the same national entity that legalized it all and profited from their property, slave labor, all the way down to the fillings in their teeth. http://article. Skolarena. Co/history of Nazi dental gold from dead bodies till Swiss bank. PDF. Are that many victims still alive? What about 6 million, 20% OD population at that time, Polish citizens? I get it, I do. No one gives a fuck about US because, Slavic PPL, Poland weak. How many are still alive? I'm very lucky to have met and spoke with Elie Wiesel, author of Night and Holocaust Survivor. Sadly during the summer of 16, he passed away. If you ever get a chance, go give the book a read. I was gonna write something witty about Turkey and the Armenian genocide, but I'm tired already. Fuck Turkey. Thanks Germany for spending my tax money for shit I wasn't part of. Peace. This post really brings the Nazi slugs into the daylight. Man, Germany real came around. Good job. The guilt which Germans are carrying is incredible. What Germany has done with respect to Holocaust victims has been incredible. Compare that with Japan and their atrocities, and even US with slavery. US is still having difficulty with removing even Confederate monuments, which is crazy. I mean, it's a nice sentiment, but it just seems weird for Germany to be paying out to Holocaust survivors for no real reason, having it funded by taxes paid by German people who had nothing to do with WW2 or the Nazis. Why is the taxpayer paying for the crimes of their ancestors? What about other poor old people? Do they not get any extra support just because they were lucky enough not to get put in a concentration camp? Listen, I know what the government wants to say with this, but it's been 75 years, we are not the same country, We have no traditional ties to our past. At least 90% of the people who paid for this through taxes weren't even alive during WW2, and we definitely have other places where this money would be spent better. The German populace has no obligation to still be the victim after 75 years. Good thing, I hope it helps them. And I say that as a German taxpayer, BTW. Reparations are controversial. Direct compensation of individuals is totally justified, though. Britain should learn this gesture from Germany. 8. Least acknowledge the atrocities committed by British Empire. Let's rewrite the headline a bit. Germany decides to give away $664 million that came from the working people's taxes.